chapters. You're listening to Pages Across the Prairies with Adriana
and Christine,
your virtual book club where two besties dive into stories and spill all our thoughts.
Think of it like your coziest book club, but without the dress code. So grab your book, pour your favorite drink, and let's talk chapters.
Hi, we're here discussing The Wishing Game today by Meg Shader. Today is our spoiler-full version, so we'll be diving into the book. If you haven't read the book and you don't want it spoiled, I'd recommend watching our other episode to decide if you want to read the book. Otherwise, I'm ready to start if you are.
Let's jump in.
Do you recall our ratings from last week? I think mine was 6.5. I could be incorrect.
Yes, mine was 7 out of 10.
We had some things we agreed on. I could already tell. Yep. I guess now we're in the spoiler area. We could say why it's where it is.
Like why our rating is where it's at?
Yeah. If you want to start there.
I feel like starting there would be a good place. It'll answer some of the questions that we usually ask each other for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Without being too long-winded, I just didn't like the book.
You know, when I first messaged you saying, "Oh, I need to buy a copy of this book," I got the feeling you were not loving this book, and that's kind of sad. I'm disappointed.
That's why I wanted to start here, because I knew I could feel a lot of times you were really enjoying it.
It was such a. I know my rating is a little not super high, but it's pretty okay. I found it the perfect, cozy, feel-good book that kind of brought me back to not that my childhood was pretty good, so not all those things that Christopher had to deal with, but just trying to escape and be in this different world.
Yeah, it was reminiscent. The author did a really good job of portraying what a child thinks or how a child feels.
Yes, and I think you're right.
It did bring me back to the love of reading that I had when I mean, obviously I have it now still, but as a child it was a little bit different.
Yes. I think that's a good way to put it. It's really connected those dots between love of reading and children.
Yeah.
And how much the books you read as a child follows you into the future. And I think that is what gave me the chills that made me fall in love with the book.
I like that. What a good time to have done those reading carousels.
Yes, they really do follow you, no matter how old you get. But I want to know why you didn't like the book. Because
I really have strong feelings about Lucy.
No, though, that's fair.
Yeah. And I did like the plot line. I'm not really one for riddles, but I liked the plot. I liked Jack. I liked the storyline. But just the Lucy and Hugo thing, and because they were such a pertinent part, there really weren't any side characters or side characters that did anything at all, aside from speak a couple lines. So because the novel centered around Lucy so much, that's probably why for me.
That makes sense. And if it's a book that's centered around a character you don't like, yeah, I don't know how you're going to enjoy that. That's fair. There was, I find, some very emotional parts of the book. Did any of those types of things affect you?
Yes, they did. Like I said, I did tear up a bit. I can't remember at what point. It was further on. And I remember telling you I was so worried when she was calling Christopher. I was just picturing him in the corner, just stressed right out, and the phone just because in my mind, he was going to be reliving that situation. Only this time it was Lucy, and something was happening with Lucy. That's what I thought, because I didn't know Jack had done that, so I thought he was just reliving his trauma, and I was like, stop calling him!
That's so heartbreaking.
Right? It could have gone that way, though, honestly.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, so that did get me a bit. I found... I don't know, I just feel like the author just killed Christopher's parents for the plot. Yeah. They both died.
Yeah, in a horrible way.
I mean, I don't want to minimize, because people lose people all the time, but it seemed very for the plot to me.
Oh, 100%. There would be no book if there wasn't a kid she was trying to adopt.
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of things in this book for me just seemed that's how they didn't ring true. They just seemed for the plot.
That's fair. I could see what you're saying. I still liked it, even though some of it was a little willy-nilly, but...
Willy-nilly.
I can see what you mean.
I feel like when you're dealing with a character that's based off Willy Wonka, it's going to be willy-nilly.
I think so. There was a lot of wacky parts to this book.
Yeah, I did like this.
Yeah, it was very whimsical, and that was fun.
So now that I've said, obviously, my character that I didn't like, did you have any that you didn't like or that you really enjoyed?
That I really enjoyed. It was hard, though. I didn't really like any of the characters. I liked this book. We've established that. But does the Raven count? Because I love the Raven.
Had a very brief part.
But that's the only character that I like. I feel like there wasn't enough development for any of them.
No,
for me to fall in love with any of those characters. And I appreciated Teresa. She was a lovely lady, but it's again just like, it was kind of just flat, and I don't have a favorite character other than the bird.
You didn't like Jack?
Jack was good. I liked him, but I didn't like him enough to be a favorite character.
He wasn't like he was just kind of featured in the novel. Wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there could have been more about him, and I just feel I didn't get to know him well enough to be like, yeah, he's my favorite character.
Yeah. It started to go that way when we were learning about his childhood and why he wrote the books and why he'd gone downhill, but it didn't, yeah, you're right, it didn't tell enough.
I totally respect the reason he started writing the books, and I can understand why he went downhill, but I still need to know more to have him be a favorite.
What about Angie?
I just felt pity. I'm sorry, that's really probably mean, but she was just there.
Well, especially considering how she started versus how she ended.
Yeah. And even when they were talking about her as a child at the beginning of the book, I felt bad because I've always had this feeling that the parents were not being as honest as they should have been. Like, I don't know, I just had this underlying feeling where it's like, there's something suspicious going on.
Yeah, I probably didn't think about that enough. Because when she said what she said, it didn't surprise me. I just hadn't.
Yeah.
I do remember there were a couple times when my brain pinged where I was like, that just seemed really off to me, especially, I don't have anything to back this up, but I just feel like very often it happens where that happens with the older children.
That makes sense.
And a parent babies the baby, and with Lucy being the baby, it was all so strange to me. So there were a couple times where I was like, I don't think these are good parents. Well, I mean, obviously not, but all around I didn't think that they were necessarily good to Angie either, but I didn't have any proof because Lucy was kind of self-centered that way where she didn't consider anybody herself.
No, it was always just, oh, woe is me, everybody hates me. But it's just like, because of, I can't remember the name of the story, but that one lady whose mom inflicted the Munchausen syndrome on her. This was years ago. I can't remember. There's documentaries about it now. But I wonder if it's like that kind of situation where the parents are just making their child sick.
That's a documentary?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of things. I just can't figure out the name. And I tried typing it in, but I can't remember what it is.
It's not Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, it is. I didn't watch the movie. I know of it, but I didn't watch the documentary.
I never watched the documentary, but I've listened to a lot of podcasts on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I bet a lot of people.
Yeah. I noticed that this book was missing prominent parent fingers and just decent parents. And I feel like we noticed that in our last book as well.
Yeah.
And I want to know, why is this happening so much?
Because it's just like, I feel like Jack would have been great.
Yeah. He would have been.
I felt like Lucy's story was quite realistic that way. Hugo's I had an issue with. They didn't even talk about his parents, and obviously I think he had good parents.
I think so.
They just didn't talk about it. And I was upset with the whole Hugo's brother dying and him not. He was working and he didn't go. That was so contrary to his character.
Yes. My goodness.
Yeah, I was mad. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, the way he loves his brother so much, and I believe he did. But you're just throwing in that he couldn't go for the drama of it. There's no way you'd miss your brother's funeral.
There's no way. He loved his brother so much. He built his whole life around his brother's dream. I don't believe this. And Jack was clearly okay with him leaving.
Oh yeah, Jack did not care. Jack's like, do what you need to do. I think Jack was so much focused. Family's important and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he would have said, take the month.
Yeah. I think he would have insisted.
Oh, of course he would have.
Yeah, so that irritated me too. I just had some irritations. Also the team, this is so off topic, but the teamwork, you know how Dustin wanted to work with Lucy?
Oh yeah. I
was like, what? At what point do we decide that's cheating? I mean, I guess. I didn't think that was a fair reaction to his behavior.
It was very strict.
No kidding.
And yeah, uncalled for.
You didn't tell me what the rules of no cheating. Why is teamwork cheating? I mean, I guess it is, especially since it was more of a children's game. I don't know.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have behaved the way he did towards Lucy, but the teamwork thing I wasn't mad about.
Yeah, aren't kids supposed to work together?
Yeah, he just said.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a bit of a mess. I mean, I didn't like that character really anyways, but I feel it still wasn't quite fair.
No. And I had an issue with Lucy just being, the best at this competition, because right off the start we saw how good Andre was a riddle.
Yes, he got it right off the hop. Speaking of the riddles, did you get any of them?
No. I don't think I did. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Did any come to mind?
The Raven and the Writing Desk, which I thought was a little way to start it. No, I didn't get that, because apparently you're not allowed to. Or it's not a real riddle.
No. The one with the 2 E's and the...
Oh yeah, I did get that one. I did.
That one, I had to pause it and be like, I got this.
I knew it was something to do with the letters, just because of him. And the one that he said, I can't remember what it was. It was a name or something. He's like 3 times. You can go through the door 3 times. And then I knew it was something with that.
Yeah. Yeah, but then the riddles just went. I was like, nope. It's too far to my...
Yeah, and I just thought it was nobody else could get it, and they were just all swearing. And also, I thought that was very inappropriate and childish that they reacted that way, because...
Yeah, true, good point.
Like, they just got so aggressive about it.
They were ruthless.
They were. It was just a weird reaction. It's a riddle. Calm down.
Like, it's alright.
My brain hurts. I don't like riddles either, but...
No, I would not have won in the slightest.
No, I wouldn't have won either. Especially with the stupid clock business.
Oh, yeah.
I would have...
No.
I did like the clock, though. I thought that was kind of cool.
I thought the whole island was really cool.
It was. What? Didn't it, at the start of the novel, didn't it imply that Hugo was kind of suicidal? Wasn't that the opening? Because he was walking on the beach and it said something about...
Yeah, you're right. Well, he was definitely unhappy with his life, and I don't know if that means suicidal or if he was just having a life crisis.
I don't know
what am I doing?
A crisis, for sure.
He was definitely questioning why he was still there. And why he hasn't done anything. That
made sense. But there were stupid little things. That girl, I cannot remember her name, but his ex-girlfriend that said, you would have to find somebody who loves Jack just as much as you do. And he basically thought that was impossible. Meanwhile, Jack's this beloved child author who everybody loves.
I was gonna say, when I read that too, I was like, that's just ridiculous. There's probably 900 ladies that he could choose from that would love Jack.
Your private island?
Much. Right? Yeah, silly lady.
I'm curious now what happens to her portraits or his portraits of her now that he's dating Lucy.
They'll probably get wrapped up in black garbage bags and tucked in a back corner. I've forgotten about.
Maybe he'll gift them to her. Could you imagine if you were her current partner and that's a gift from her ex?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine. What do you even do? I need to know the inside outs of what happened next. Even though I didn't love these characters, I want to know still what happened with their lives.
Yeah. I was bored of it by the end. Otherwise, I would want to know. Christopher was the one who actively was loving the books.
Yes.
And you don't even get to see him experience Clock Island.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen a peek of what he saw when he saw Clock Island.
Kind of a bittersweet ending.
Yeah, it really was. Would you go to Clock Island if you had the choice?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I would have liked to think that I would be that kid jumping off the ferry. I wouldn't be, but that's great. I love that the 4 children did that.
They were just like, we've got to get there.
But that's what happens when you create a book in real life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That sounds weird. You know.
That makes sense. That makes complete sense. Is there a certain part of the book that you'd want, not book, of the island that you want to go visit?
The second hand, is it called Second Hand Town?
I think so.
Yeah, I would love to visit there.
Could you imagine just exploring all those little buildings?
Right? I was happy. The city of Second Hand, there we go. I was happy that she got to go there.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it until she got there. Wait, where is she at? And all those cute little whimsical huts. I really wish we could jump in the book right now.
Yes. Yeah. That was my favorite part of the whole book.
What about the train to Halloween Town?
I never really got a good visual on that in my brain.
No.
No, what about you?
Oh yeah, I created this whole world in my brain. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I think that the island was a really, really well done.
Yeah, and just very gorgeous and lush.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Let's just give it away to
Just like that?
for no reason.
No,
I mean,
Hugo
for a
should've-
reason, but
Hugo should have gotten it.
that's what I was expecting. I was so...
Yeah.
I mean, I knew she was going to get something, but I wasn't expecting quite that.
Yeah, I guess that leads me into the question. Was this book what you expected it to be?
And I think that's a positive for it.
Okay. What were you expecting?
I didn't expect... I think it was more fantasy than I anticipated.
Okay.
Especially at the start, with their wishing game being a literal game that they were playing.
Mhm.
And then moving into Clock Island, and it kind of became surreal. And then with the ending, what I anticipated, especially with Andre being so good at the riddles, was that she was just gonna fall short, and she did.
Mhm.
But I thought it was going to be a little different, and I thought ultimately she was going to the competition, and that's where she got her run.
Yeah. Yeah, that still kind of holds true in some ways. It was pretty predictable.
It was.
Yeah. It's like you could just already see what was going to happen 5 pages later.
I mean, I did have a question when Angie showed up, if maybe she would lose, and then she would just, that was Angie's purpose, was that she would help her out.
Yeah, give her all the money. Yeah. How could that happen?
I mean, well, and it was just annoying because towards the end, there were so many different ways she could have made it work. Like, you just, not only are you so close to winning this competition, you now have this guy who has a lot of money. And sure, don't sell the shark picture, but make you another picture.
Exactly, like there's so many ways to get that extra money. And I mean,
helpless.
You could talk to your sister.
And also, what I did expect when she didn't get the book was that they were going to get signed copies, and I do imagine that would be worth probably at least $2,000, and that's enough money. That's what I was thinking would happen once she didn't get the book.
Oh, that's a good thought. Yeah, I think that would have helped a lot. With that combined with getting some money from her sister and selling a painting, she would have been set.
She would have been fine. And I think I might have liked that better. I do love the idea of Christopher getting to live on the island. I'm so happy for him.
Yes.
But something that would have redeemed Lucy for me is if she had done something other than wine. No, she said she wanted to be a publisher, a children's publisher, and her ex kind of destroyed. If she had gone forward and done that, if that's how she made her money, or I know that she was doing, I think it was human rights or something when she was on the island. She was doing charity work with Jack, but it wasn't. I don't believe that she moved into publishing. I would have liked that. I would have liked to see her have some kind of gumption.
Yeah, that's a really good point. If she had taken that money that she'd gotten after she already got Christopher and done something that was her goal, you're right. That would have been a very good step for her.
Because otherwise it's just kind of woe is me.
Yeah, it still just is like, well, okay, now you live here, but what are you doing with your life now?
Yeah. I don't know. And I didn't buy into I'm doing a lot of complaining, I'm sorry. It was a good book.
Just deserve more.
It was a good book. I'm just mad at the characters.
That is fair.
Like, I thought that the Willy Wonka thing was really cool and the island was really cool, but Hugo having known Lucy as a child, I had some issue with that.
That was a bit odd. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I was wondering how you'd feel about it. She was 13, I think it said. Yeah. And it was just weird to me. She's like, oh, you didn't remember me. I'm sure you don't remember me, child. Oh, I do. Okay. Okay, Hugo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that it was not in a creepy way, where he's just like, oh yeah, there was this random kid that just showed up that wanted to be a sidekick. So I'm guessing he's just like, you're not really gonna forget that. But I was also, I hope it's not in a creepy way.
No, and Hugo, he wasn't super mature himself, but
no,
Lucy certainly wasn't, and so I just thought it was a weird relationship dynamic.
Yeah, and I think, like we had mentioned this in the spoiler-free, where we're reading books usually about people in their 30s. And it's just kind of strange now going backwards and having one in the early 20s where it's just like, wow, we can really see that.
Yeah.
Age
Apparently I just threw a
difference.
complete tantrum about it.
It's justified. Totally justified.
It's funny though, because honestly, we started this club like 3 years ago, 4 years? 3?
3.5?
Mm-hmm. So at that point, I was reading just mostly young adult or new adult.
Yeah.
Their characters are still quite young.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I'm done. I've done a lot of those books.
Yeah, it's time to move on. Yeah, because it was, I think in February, it's going to be 4 years.
That's crazy.
Wow, it went fast.
Yeah. Well, that's 4 years.
My goodness, we've read a lot of books. Yeah.
Me sad.
Same.
Okay, so was there anything in this book that you found thought-provoking or that you were really fascinated with?
Something that I just really loved was the snippets into book 1 of Astrid and Max.
Did you like that?
I did. It was so sweet. It actually took me a second though with the first read into it. I'm like, wait, Astrid and Max, we have whole new characters? My brain was not connecting the dots until the second insert about it.
That makes sense.
Reading the book.
You did audio, right?
Yeah, so I was a little confused what was hapning. But
And
I
sometimes
really
books will do that where it's introductory of new characters like that.
Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me. I really like that. I wanted to know more of the Clock Island books because I wanted to know and feel what everyone else was knowing and feeling.
Well, you got a little glimpse of it.
Yeah, I feel like there's better books in the book 1 though.
Did it seem like a book that you would have enjoyed as a kid?
I feel like I would have read some of them, and I would have really liked those some books, but I don't think I would have gone so crazy to collect all of them. Yeah, so what about you? Would you have collected them? Or even liked them?
I probably would have enjoyed them, I think. I don't, just based on, I didn't read all the Magic Treehouse and other books that are that style. I don't think that I would have read that many. I would have read a couple and enjoyed them for Magic.
Yeah, that's kind of where I took mine away from too, is we were sorting through books at my family's, and we had like some of the Magic Tree Houses, but not all of them because you don't really need all of them.
No, once you know the storyline in Magic Tree House, even though they're traveling everywhere, and I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like this would be very much the same.
That's what I think too. I wonder if the Magic Tree House books were that for the author though, when she was a kid.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, there definitely would have been a couple just like favorite ones that you would have held on to forever.
If I'm gonna throw you right off.
That's okay.
If you, like the equivalent of your childhood book to this, what would it be, and would you want to visit his world?
This is a really good question. I had a lot of books that I really liked.
It's a good thing we just made this list, because
yeah, exactly. I was just going to take a peek. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I didn't just pop this right away. I would have loved to have been in Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, I was obsessed. I had bonnets and everything. Like, I tried to make my world that, like, I had the little dresses, the little bonnets. I collected covered wagon figurines and horses.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I know. I was obsessed, so I don't know why that didn't come to my head right away.
Didn't you bring them to school for a presentation or something one time? The little wagon?
Most
likely. I was really envious of those.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why we're friends.
I just thought it was because you lived on a farm. I was like, oh, this is just farm families have this kind of stuff.
No, there was an obsession about books. Yeah, yes, and like some of the recipes that they made in that book, I was like, I'm gonna eat like that. And yeah, I really would have wanted to be in that world.
It was a good series. Did you watch the show then?
I also watched the TV show. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? I hadn't watched it.
When I was a kid, I really, really enjoyed watching the TV series. We didn't really watch a lot of TV, but that was definitely one that got played a lot. And then I also loved the books. And then I don't know if there was other style of books, like just kid books with pictures in it, but I feel like there were, and I also like those.
I think there were.
Yeah.
There were certainly editions with like sketches of them.
Yeah, that must have been it. So that's the world I would have went into.
That is a good choice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I thought that you were going to say City of Ember.
You know, I loved City of Ember, and I would like to be in that world, but Little House on the Prairie is one that I am just so stuck with that nothing will ever beat it. Thank you. Thank you so much. What about you?
I don't know now. I'm trying to think back, because I know the problem is that I'm going to say something and it's not going to be correct, because there were so many books that I was really in love with, and I'm not going to remember the right one, because I know for sure there were times that I was picturing living in a book, and you really do when you're a kid, because you have this fantastic imagination.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, just to keep it interesting. Did you read Hatchet when you were?
I think I might have. I don't really remember much about it if I did, though.
Oh.
It sounds familiar.
Now I want to change it.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm looking at Sweet Valley High. You didn't read those books either, did you?
I think I read a couple of them and they kind of irritated me. But I didn't like them.
I love them. No, okay, so Hatchet I read in school. My teacher read it to me. And then I got really into that kind of survivalist book. So I read My Side of the Mountain.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, so as a kid I would have loved that. That was what I really wanted. Just to live in a forest all by myself and figure it out. That was my dream.
It also sounds like a good dream, though, and I feel like a lot of people strive for this these days.
Nowadays, yeah, that's kind of still goals. But, yeah, I don't think I would have done well. But that was a dream as a child.
You would have figured it out.
One
way or another. Or I suppose, but I'd like to give you more credit than that.
I thought I was learning all these tips and tricks from the kids in the book.
They'll need to just maybe get a couple more books to polish up on the survival skills.
I have no survival skills. I have none. I didn't like some kids go to archery or, scouts. I had nothing. Probably couldn't even tie a proper knot.
You had cadets. You learned something from that.
It was later on.
That's
At that point, I didn't want to live in the woods.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I think I did, actually. It was just kind of an ongoing theme of my childhood.
Escape this crazy world.
Yeah, like we would create little forts outside and stuff too all the time. That was always what I was trying to do, is just be a survivalist.
That's amazing. That's a really good choice. I like it.
Both are relatively attainable goals.
They are. And they're not so far-fetched that, we would have to escape to this island that might not even exist. Ours are very achievable.
They are.
If we want to live like that as adults. And I don't know if either of us want to live like that as adults.
And I loved the sod house.
I mean, I like the idea of it, but I gotta say, I really like not having a dirt floor.
But it would never be dirty. It would always be dirty, so it would never...
That's true.
I don't know.
My cats would...
Oh, God.
I don't want to deal with that.
You couldn't have a cat in a sod house.
No, just an indoor-outdoor one that catches the mice. Yeah. But I still like the wagon idea. I would love to have a covered wagon.
Mm-hmm. That would be nice. Somebody needs to recreate that. I'm sure people already have, but that would be nice to do your wagon, right? It's an actual covered wagon.
Well, if I ever won Block Island competition, that's what I would do.
You could create your own Laura Ingalls Island.
I could. And I'd give covered wagon rides, and...
People would love that, because that's just kind of like a heritage village.
Yeah. My goodness. As a kid, that's something I wanted to do. We're getting so off topic. Was have a museum and work in one and dress up as the times. So
yeah,
actually, that's what I want to do when I get older. Yeah, I think it'd be great. I mean, it'd be fun as employment. Work, dress up, use those big ovens. Yeah, it'd be great. Turn some butter. That'd be awesome.
Was there anything difficult for you to read in this book?
It was really sad. We talked about when Christopher's parents died, but what was really difficult was just how not every child has a family member or somebody to stay with, and the difficulty of the foster system. I don't know much about the foster system, but I know that for real life it's really hard for a lot of people and families, and I don't even know what the right words for all that, but that part was really hard. It made me very upset. I just want everybody to have somebody that loves them.
Yeah, especially when the foster care lady was like, what more could you want? They look after him, he's fed, and he makes it to all his meetings.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking, because he's missing, yes, a roof over the head and food is important, but so is love and someone, building you up and encouraging you and giving you confidence.
I do commend Lucy for doing that. It off the start with not understanding her obsession with a 7-year-old boy. It just came off as really creepy to me.
I was reading some reviews once I was done the book, and that came up a lot. A lot of people are like, what is this obsession with this lady and this child? Yeah.
I think if it had, like, obviously the author was trying to be a little bit secretive or keep you guessing, but if she hadn't, I think that people would have thought it was less creepy. I think that's initially what got my guard up about Lucy and why I followed through with not liking her through the whole book.
That's fair. Yeah, all those little shadows around why does she want this child?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, though? Was there anything in the book that was hard for you to read or get through or whatnot?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, all the Christopher stuff was really sad and really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
I do like how the author featured the foster care system. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, that doesn't get featured very often.
No. The Lucy and Angie situation was... I think that was also well done. When Angie showed up and kind of told her story.
Yeah, I'm glad she was able to tell her story.
I mean, kind of like what Lucy said, it wasn't fair what she did, but definitely understandable once you hear her story. I don't know. Yeah, it is, because they were both children going through something that they should not have had to, so it makes sense that they would have reacted in a childish fashion.
Exactly. I mean, they were children. Mm-hmm. That's what happens. And then some people hold grudges for a long time, and all they needed to do was talk and be open and honest and communicate.
Yeah, it totally does make sense why they didn't speak for so long.
It makes sense for sure. You build this thing up in your head for so long that there's no way it can be broken down. And that's something I did really admire about Jack, is how he wanted to fix family.
Yes. Yeah, he did. I enjoyed his little MO, his motivation there.
Yeah, he's such a conniving human being sometimes. Yeah, he was good. I know he wasn't my favorite, but he was a good character.
And he made sure everybody kind of got their happy end at the end.
And I like that. I think that's what I appreciated at the end, is everybody still got to have something to move forward with their lives.
Yeah, I liked that too. It wasn't just... Because the book was so centered on Lucy, it wasn't just about her and her ending. Everybody got something else.
Yeah, just like play day at school. Everybody gets a little ribbon.
I guess what we could move into now, if we've discussed all the major things, is where our ratings stand now and if we would recommend it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so where is your rating at now?
I think it's gone down to 6.5.
Sorry.
That's so... It happens. Sometimes it goes up, stays the same, it goes down. Today it goes down. Yeah.
Why is that?
How about you? Oh, mine? Why? Because just after mulling it around and hashing it all out, it was fine. And there was a lot of parts that did create tears and emotions, but I think the biggest problem is just the lack of development, in my tiny little opinion, of the characters. That just lowered the bar for me a little bit. Yeah. Does yours change?
I don't. It's not a 7 to me.
No.
I really do enjoy the whimsical nature of the book. I think that's really cool, really great. I appreciate the voice for foster children. I just don't want it to be a 7, though. I do think after discussing it, though, I would feel more interested more strongly about reading her other books, because this was her first time in this genre, and I think that the other books, I would hope that I would not dislike the main character so much.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a big fan of Narnia, though, because if I was a big fan of Narnia, I think I would be very ready to jump into her next book. She does have another one, though, about a witch who just travels through stories, so that one I would be very excited to read.
I want to read that one.
Yeah, it looks good, and you can't go back to them.
I'm very intrigued.
Yes, so that one, after this discussion, I would be excited to dive into.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe this book isn't the right one, but she has other books that are good. So
yeah,
that's a nice open mind to it all.
I like what she did. It's a cool idea, and I definitely did understand what she was doing. Oh yeah, this is definitely Willy Wonka vibes. But
yes, cool. Well, that's a good answer.
Would you still recommend this book?
I would. This book was what I needed at the time. Was just a predictable, easy, cozy book. So I would still recommend it to people to read if that's what they're looking for.
It was easy listening and entertaining, which was her goal, so she did.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Yeah. I would recommend it too, but I wouldn't recommend it too loudly.
Yeah. Yeah, if someone's like, oh, I need a list of like top 5 books to read, that's kind of like this. Yeah.
If somebody was an all-out Willy Wonka fan or Magic Treehouse fan, then I would definitely.
Perfect. That is a great, again, answer and recommendation.
So we're moving on. Next week is going to be The Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping.
Yes.
Yes, and that is a second in a series. I haven't done too much research, but I have a feeling that you could probably read them out of order. It might spoil the first one a little bit, but it's a cozy book. It's not too... To me, it's not a huge deal if it's spoiled, but maybe it is to you.
Yeah, who knows? But I think it'll be a definitely cozy read. I have not looked much into it other than I saw the cover and I was like, yep, need to read that.
Yeah, and I love the main character in this one. I remember loving her so much.
We look forward to giving you a spoiler-free version of that next Monday. I mean, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
Thanks for flipping through Pages Across the Prairies with us. Until next time, keep your tea warm, your bookmark handy, and if you enjoyed today's chat, like, share, and subscribe to join us again.